Good morning, everybody. I hope you're having a great day. I just thought I'd come on here and talk a little bit about having faith that God will provide. That was something that I was in short supply of for a little bit there when Sandy went into the hospital at the end of July, and it was getting kind of rough looking. Um, she went in on the 23rd, and wasn't long after, just 2, 3 days after she was in there, that she was sedated, and being sedated, she was unable to take care of the things that she would normally take at the beginning of the month, which was coming up quick. And, you know, having faith in God to know when times like that are upon us that He'll provide. He'll take care of things. He'll find a way to take care of the things that are needed that you're unable to do. And you know, we all hear that. When you get in a time of need, God provides. But how many of us have faith in that? How many of us believe in that? Um, I was quite concerned in that at the end of July, um, wondering, you know, how I was going to get a few things done that had to be done at the beginning of September, or I mean, excuse me, beginning of August. And um, I didn't have the faith I needed, but God still provided. And He used some guardian angels, and over the end of July and the month of August till right towards the very end of August, uh, God provided for all my needs, everything that had to be done. Um, and even though I didn't have the faith that things would necessarily get done that had to be done, God showed me that I should never have doubted Him. He took some people around here, um, in this area, and used them to bless me. He was my he was my provider, like he tells us He's going to be. You know, He lets us know to have faith in Him, and He'll take care of things. Lean on His shoulders, believe in Him, have faith in Him. And I was worried about getting some of the things done that I needed to do at the beginning of August, when I should have been, instead of worrying, just had faith in Him and concentrate my mind and efforts in another area. He did provide. He did choose a way or provide a way for um, help to get to me. I can't really say too much because I was told please don't. But uh, he used some of his army, some of his people, some of his guardian angels over some of the rest of us to provide in a time that I needed help. I know that things could have been a lot different had God not provided, had God not um, taken care of Sandy and brought her back, And with some of the things I was facing, I was trying to figure out how I was going to take care of everything. And God set my mind at ease. He set it at ease early on. He made it so my stress level in areas that I would normally not have to worry about were taken care of. He provided, just as He promises He'll do. And losing faith is not something that I normally do, but in this instance, I think to some extent I did lose a little faith in Him providing, and that's on me. That's not because of Him. That isn't anything He did. That's because I was a little weak at the time. I got a little panicky and scared in the situation, and I forgot to trust in God long enough to realize that He will provide. I knew His will would be done, or whatever would happen with Sandy. That I never doubted that His will would be done. I did not know what His will would be. I did not want Sandy suffering while He chose what He uh, or did what He felt needed to be done. But when it came to making sure things were taken care of in the house and the everything got taken care of, so I didn't have to worry after the first few days of the month. Everything would be good here. I lost my faith in Him providing. Excuse me. It wasn't necessarily that I well, He'll never take care of this. It was just that little worry creep in and took that away from me without me even realizing it till after everything was all taken care of. And Him knowing that I was really in need of help of getting some things done. He took care of that even though I lost my faith in Him in a way I didn't even realize I lost my faith in Him, as far as providing and nothing else, but as far as providing. I didn't even realize I wasn't calling on Him. I wasn't having faith in Him. I wasn't taking the time to understand that He'll provide. I was so hung up on what do I do to make this happen and to take care of this that I forgot to call on God. God, will you please help me with this? God, can you please show me how to get this done? And God seen that my mind was not in the right place and that I needed help. And He chose to use guardian angels in this area to help me out. Even though I lost faith in the fact of getting the stuff would get done, He provided the guardian angels I needed to get it done. And I gotta say, who else you think about, if you had anybody else that would promise to take care of you and provide for you, and if you didn't call on them, didn't have the faith to, or the just whatever it was I needed to call on God and say, please, I need help. Who else could you imagine would go above and beyond providing the help that you need through the the guardian angels he provided, and not be upset because you didn't call on him or because you didn't think to ask him for help providing for something that you needed taken care of. He's still there. He was right there. Even though I was in a place where I was panicked, or sorry about that, even though I was in a place where I was kind of panicked over it, he took over. Instead of waiting for me to ask for help and realize that he was going to be the one that needed to needed to take over and get this stuff done. He didn't wait for me to start building my faith back up. He showed me this is why you should have stayed in full faith, faith that I would provide. And he provided even though I didn't think to have the faith in him. I didn't realize that I was losing my faith in his ability to provide. And it showed me that, well, I have been calling on, having faith in Sandy taking care of these things, you know, to get by every month, that Sandy would do this. And my faith shouldn't necessarily have been in Sandy, but should have been all this time in the faith that God would provide. He would use Sandy to do it if that was his choice, if that was his will. But God would be the one to provide. Um, I realize that now, that even though Sandy is the one that takes care of particular things, she wouldn't be able to do that without God's blessing and allowing her to do that. God has provided all these years that Sandy and I have been together. He's provided all these years through her. And I never even realized it till the beginning of August. God's the one who provides. We don't. God provides. He gives us the opportunity to share something so it's provided for somebody else. And not having faith in Him when Sandy was unable to do what God allowed her to do at the beginning of every month. I didn't even think to have faith that He would find a way to get it done, even though she was unable to. And now I look at it and I say, it was Him providing all these years. It was Him providing. He was just uh, allowing her to have the ability to do what He was providing us to do. And uh, I just need to realize that having faith for everything, having faith, He'll heal somebody that's ill, that you pray for healing, but learning to pray in times when somebody close to you is ill, and pray that He'll help provide you with your needs to get through it, so you don't have to worry about some things. Well, well, you've got other things to deal with. He will provide. He'll provide. He won't leave you in the lurch, so to speak, and He didn't me, and I should have been able to call on Him. I should have been able to have that faith in Him and that knowledge in Him to know that I just needed to pray for Him. And since I was unable at the time, since I didn't have that faith in him at the time. He showed me, this is why you have faith. This is why you trust in me, because I will take care of you. And that's what he did for me. He took care of me. Even though I faltered, he did not. Anyway, I think I'm going to get off here for right now. God is glorious, and he provides. We just have to have faith. And even when our faith is running a little weak, just try and remember the best you can. He will take care of us. He will provide for us. He promises us he'll do that, and he will do it. Uh, y'all have a great day. Goodbye.